knows how to do this without playing the big brother, without behaving in a big brother kind of way, and it can be and it has solved a lot of the problems that still beset some of these countries, in spite of all of the efforts that other countries have undertaken to provide the technical assistance and the political and economic leadership that the countries in the region have asked for. Turkey is in an excellent position to demonstrate good governance. It's in an excellent position to talk through how to resolve clan-dominated politics. Why not have Turkey play, as I mentioned earlier, a greater role in Kyrgyzstan? Turkey has already a tremendous amount of experience in ethnic conflict, and how to reduce ethnic conflict, and how to address environmental degradation. All of the kinds of issues that these countries are still working on to try to solve. There are a variety of organizations, I would argue, that already exist. I'm not saying that there needs to be some new forum, but let's just take, for example, the Conference for Interaction and Confidence Building measures that the conference was just held, and Turkey just took over the chairmanship of it for the next 2 years from Kazakhstan. That's one organization that one might look at. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, one of my very favorites, one of the least favorites of Washington, is certainly an organization that can be used the elements of it can be used to try to resolve some of the issues that still obtain in Central Asia. Partnership for Peace. Turkey is a very strong member of NATO still. Never mind the recent difficulties. It is still a leader in Partnership for Peace. There's no reason that the kinds of programs and initiatives that come through Partnership for Peace can't be taken hold of by a country like Turkey and led in this particular region, in this region. My bottom line is Turkey is a practiced and experienced country at regional and international organizations. It knows how to collaborate. It knows how to lead. It knows how to mediate. It should not wait to be asked to mediate. That's where I differ with our previous speaker. It can take a leadership role, and needs to step out and take a leadership role in the neighborhood policy, and not simply wait for somebody to ask them what to do next. Let me leave it there and see if others would agree that Turkey can and should play a bigger role in this region. Thank you.
Beth, thank you very much for that, which starts us off, I think, in a terrific way. I'm just going to put out a question there for you, and I don't expect you to answer it here, but I suspect that we may pick it up with the other presentations, or certainly in the discussion. If we were to look back to the 1990s, the expectations were, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, that the rediscovery of the Turkic world was going to play a huge role in Turkish foreign policy, leaving aside Russia. As it turns out, in fact, Russia has become the big partner in many ways for Turkey, economically and even politically. Is Russia going to be a major strategic partner for Turkey in the future, or something else? So perhaps we'll come back to that one. Tunja, please.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me to speak in this distinguished panel. And I will just want to pick up from where Ambassador just left and highlight more on energy. And I was asked to speak about Turkey being an energy hub in its region, and I would certainly like to say a couple of words about more general things, and looking forward to Q&A session. But let me first say a few words about Turkey's role in energy sector. It's definitely its geography that dictates Turkey to be in a central position in the nexus of north, south, east, west, and between energy-rich and energy-hungry markets, from energy-rich being, Caspian and Middle Eastern sources, and energy-hungry countries, Europe and beyond. So there is this fascination about Turkey lately, I would say, right after the BTC. And thanks to the BTC example, actually, now we are talking about Turkey becoming a more important, transit country and possibly hub country in its region. If it wasn't to the BTC, we wouldn't be able to talk about all these new fascinating energy projects that actually serves into the best of interests of the parties involved, and it creates such an incredible vision for the future, like creating an economic interdependency between the parties involved. And President Demirel, our ninth president, used to make an analogy between the pipelines and the first years of European Union, being the coal and steel company, put it into a supranational authority and playing such an important role in galvanizing the friendship between Germans and France, and how it evolved into an economic interdependency project. And he had similar vision, and which was shared after him by all the parties. And now I think it fits very well to the vision of Foreign Minister Davutoğlu, creating an economic interdependency among neighboring countries and surrounding regions. But the discussion about Turkey being an energy hub is certainly an interesting one, and certainly some people understand by being a hub is just crisscrossing some pipelines, and some people argue that it's nothing like Henry Hub of the United States, and as a matter of fact, nobody knows exactly what kind of an energy hub we are talking about when we deal with Turkey. I think it's something more or less, in a nutshell, a transit plus right now. But there are certain, prerequisites for Turkey to be an energy hub, and those are: you need to have a broad portfolio of suppliers, a high number of domestic and international buyers, a high number of transactions in logistics and trading companies, the availability of flexibility services like gas storage and spot markets, and regulatory framework which provides undiscriminatory and transparent project agreements and investment-friendly climate. And I think Turkey have done a lot in all those fronts, but we are not there yet. First, you have to become a physical hub, meaning that some enormous gas storage facilities needed, and some improvements of the infrastructure, and new pump stations, and of course the buyer commitments from the European end. But in order to do that, actually, we need partners, and Turkey needs partners, and we are very much appreciative of the U.S. support so far was given unconditional on energy issues, but this cooperation must go on. And I cannot imagine a better cooperation area other than energy, which is totally a neutral, and positive agenda between U.S. and Turkey. And it's a big agenda that can be furthered to fill into this, what is called by President Obama, model partnership. If we are going to put something, into that partnership model, energy should be a really big part of it. And U.S. has a lot to offer there. And Turkey believes in continuity and efficiency of bilateral cooperation in the field of energy with the U.S., and close and regular consultations are of utmost importance, not only with the U.S., but also with countries like Russia, Azerbaijan, and other Turkic nations in Central Asia and the Caspian. And Turkey and U.S. should continue to work on Turkmenistan. I cannot underline this more, especially after the agreement that Turkey reached with Azerbaijan.